Game time. Put me in, coach. Today we are talking about that MVP battle that happened. Should Kevin Durant regret going to the Warriors? He should regret leaving the Warriors. More on that. Also, Russ, what are you doing? What are the Lakers going to do with Russell Westbrook? That is the two main topics we're going to discuss here on this channel. But before we get into that, like this video, subscribe to the channel. So share this video, like and assist, because here we are talking basketball. So you're going to get basketball commentary, reaction, and I'm going to cover the biggest headlines in the world of basketball. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So we have an MVP battle going on with Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. I thought I was going to see a much better game than I did. Steph Curry has solidified himself for MVP. It is his trophy this year. Yes, I said it. I am a Lakers fan, but I do recognize greatness. Now, in this game, Steph Curry hit 9 3-point shots. 9. In the game previous to this, he didn't shoot so well. He actually missed about 10 3-point shots. The Warriors got it together. They learned from their loss, and they made sure not to make those same mistakes. That's how they blew this team out. I disagree with Stephen A. Smith, who was really going on this tirade about Kyrie Irving, how he abandoned Kevin Durant. Now, the reason I disagree with that is because Kyrie Irving always misses games. He has been like this his entire career. This is nothing new. If he played like Trae Young, he would be one of the best players in the NBA. Why? Because now he's actually dissecting defenses, not just an individual defender. He has Kevin Durant. He has James Harden. He has LaMarcus Aldridge. He has Joe Harris. He has the tools that he needs for him to average 10 assists and still get 20 points, 30 points a game. Trae Young is doing it. I get it. He doesn't have a Kevin Durant. But once you start to slice and dice the defense like Kyrie can do, and you're getting the ball to Kevin freaking Durant, the floor is going to open up for you even more than it does for a guy like Steph Curry. I disagree with Chris Broussard, who said that the Warriors are not in the discussion for the NBA Finals. I am a Laker fan. It's Lakers, Warriors. But right now, the Warriors are looking amazing. I disagree with Skip Bayless, who said he would take Kevin Durant over Steph Curry. The reason I would take Steph Curry over Kevin Durant is simply because he's much easier to build around. If you get KD, you still have to get a floor general. Use pieces that's actually going to help Kevin Durant. And it's going to be harder to find those guys. Well, if you don't believe me, look at the Brooklyn Nets team right now. Now, when it comes to a guy like Steph Curry, you understand and you realize Steph Curry is the system. He's the engine that makes this thing work. So when you plug him in, now all you have to do is find guys who can literally dribble, pass, shoot, and play some type of defense. This is what the Warriors have. Klay Thompson and James Wiseman are not back yet. And those guys are actually defensive-minded players. The Warriors are going to be a problem. James Harden is looking really pedestrian out there. And I truly understand his pain because I'm going through a similar hamstring injury myself. And my hamstring is still bothering me to this day. So when he tells you that it messes with your confidence, trust and believe. I understand. I know exactly what he's talking about because now every time I do something, I'm making a business decision. I remember how it felt right before it popped twice. So I'm sure that has a lot to do with why James Harden is looking like a very average NBA player, which is still a really good player. But the problem with him is he's not playing defense and he's not giving you much effort. So people think like, oh, well, it's good for the morale of the team if James Harden is at least out there. Well, maybe it's good for the morale, but it's not actually good for the team. Because now the team has to overwork itself. It's kind of like a car. When something goes wrong and you don't get that fixed, now other parts of the car are trying to compensate for what's missing. Now, I get it. You would rather have James Harden out there than not, but I'm going to say this to every single player out there. If you are injured, sit your ass down, because if you don't, the media is going to attack you as if they don't understand the injury. So when I heard Chris Broussard saying that he's tired of James Harden excuses, I'm saying to myself, man, he don't know what a hamstring injury is like. I agree with Shannon Sharp, who said that Steph Curry is the reason why the Warriors are the Warriors. If Steph is not with the Warriors, there is no barrage of three-point shots falling from the logo. Nobody is taught to play defense that far away from the basket. That's what people don't understand about how amazing Steph Curry is. Most bigs, most centers and power forwards, even certain guards, we run out of energy. We all have a certain amount of stamina. So if you think that you're going to play defense on Steph Curry as soon as he crosses half court, fight through screens, and then when Steph Curry gives up the ball, he's now running into open spots. Kyrie Irving would not have helped them out on defense at all. So LaMarcus Aldridge is not being utilized properly. James Harden, I understand that you're hurt and that you're injured. You should be using LaMarcus Aldridge and Kevin Durant to your advantage, because LaMarcus Aldridge can still shoot the ball. Him to step back and shoot some threes. That way when you drive to the basket, now you have another three-point shooter. Shooters have bad nights. Kevin Durant clearly had a bad shooting night after the first or the second quarter. This happens. This is why I keep telling people about trading Russell Westbrook for Buddy Hield, and we're about to get into that next. Defense is the problem for the Brooklyn Nets. It's not offense. Steve Nash is not a defensive-minded coach. Is Kevin Durant tall enough to play defense on people and block a few shots? Yes. But is he really going to lock somebody down? Probably not, because he's saving his energy for the offensive side of the ball. Now we're moving on to one of my favorite players in the NBA, Russell freaking Westbrook. He's making me look bad. What are the Lakers going to do with one of my favorite players in the NBA? Are they going to waive him, trade him, or can they change his style of play? Make him commit to averaging 15 to 20 assists per game, because he has so many weapons that it's actually pretty easy. You got Carmelo, who can knock down threes. You got Anthony Davis, who can pretty much score anywhere on the floor. Then you have shooters. You got Malik Monk. You got Wayne Ellington. Now, I hate to say this, but I have to say it. If Russell Westbrook played more like Rajon Rondo, the chemistry on this team would be amazing, because the mistakes that Russell Westbrook is making is mistakes like a rookie would make, like a high schooler would make. Sometimes it's great for him to use that speed and athleticism, but he allows that to get in his way a lot of the times. The turnovers that he has, I missed the pass. Whoa. The ball was completely over there. It wasn't even in the vicinity. And I know I have defended Russell Westbrook, but I'm a little frustrated. And I'm going to keep defending Russell Westbrook because he's one of my favorite players, but he has to change his game, because that jump shot is not falling. And we don't need him to take over games, because this is not a playoff team. This is a championship contender. There's a difference. When he played with the Wizards last year, he got them to the playoffs. But this is a championship team. So he has a role to fill, making better decisions, because LeBron wants to play off the ball, but he cannot play off the ball if Russell Westbrook is throwing the ball out of bounds or to the other team, or shooting shots that hit the other side of the backboard. And it's going to bring the morale down, meaning your teammates are not going to be happy when they see you shoot the ball, especially when you miss. You're passing up open guys to shoot that shot, and that shot was horrible, embarrassing brick, air ball, or just simply hit the backboard. Do not waive Russell Westbrook. That would be a mistake, because yes, LeBron is hurt, and yes, we don't really like what we're seeing with Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook is capable of helping this team at least make it to the playoffs. Those wins that I'm not proud of, I'll still take them because those are games that you could easily lose. Russell Westbrook, you have so much help. You don't have to carry this team. What he really should be doing is playing defense and averaging 15 to 20 points a game. He needs to go hire a shooting coach. Somebody to help him fix his shot. Do it. Hire a shooting coach and go shoot the freaking ball. Should they trade Russell Westbrook? Only if they're going to go get a guy like Ben Simmons, right? Because you still want a guy who does multiple things. Now I get it, Ben Simmons is not going to help on the offensive end, but Frank Vogel is the defensive-minded coach. And if you're going to bring in a guy like Ben Simmons who's going to be a tall defender, who also is going to facilitate and make sure that guys like Carmelo, LeBron, AD get the ball in position where they can actually score. Sometimes I see he makes a pass and that player can't do anything with the ball, even if he does catch it. Now he's just kind of out there just running around. And at first I didn't really understand when my dad said it. My dad was like, yeah, nah, I don't like him. He's crazy. His hair is on fire. He's out there playing like his hair is on fire. And I'm like, that's great. That's what we love. He's like, yeah, I get it. But, you know, those turnovers and, you know, I'm like, dang, I was kind of fooled by the athleticism, the strength, and the speed, right? I was fooled by that. But now that I get to see him up close and personal being a Laker fan, now I have the same criticisms. Make better decisions and play defense. With all that being said, I want y'all to comment under below. Let me know, what should I talk about next? More about Kevin Durant?